Now there are some interesting things about this particular application the way it is right now. It works, but notice that first of all we can see the secret number, which kind of ruins all the fun and guessing. And also there's nothing to stop us from guessing again, right? So once we win, I can guess again. It'll just tell me it was too low, and I can change the secret number right on the fly, and now it'll say it's too high, right? But just to demonstrate the concepts I wanted you guys to learn in this lesson, I think what we have so far is pretty good. Let me just add one more thing and teach you one more control. I know this is more fire hose teaching. Let me show you the checkbox control. So I'm going to kill the application, and I'm going to go back to the design view. So to do that, here at the top of the main area, there's here's your main.cs, which is the code that you were looking at, and here's the main.cs design. I'm going to click on that, and now we're back to looking at the form. And I'm going to expand. I'm going to click on the form, then I'm going to expand the bottom of it a little bit to give me some room, and I'm going to add a checkbox control. That's this guy here near the top of the toolbar. Click on checkbox. Okay. And in the properties, I'm going to change the text to show secret number. Like that. And I'm going to change its name checkbox 1 is not very descriptive, to CHK, that's my short form for checkbox. CHK show secret num. And of course I'm using camel casing. Push enter. So now let's run the program. So the checkbox is clear at default, by default, and I can check it and uncheck it. Okay, woo-wee! Doesn't really do anything here. What we would like it to do is to actually hide the secret number label and the numeric up-down control so that we can't see it. So let me close the program and let me show you how we're going to do that. As you might guess, I can double click on the checkbox and it's going to create a event handler for us that will hopefully execute when we click on the checkbox. Now, not every control will default to its click handler. I think pretty much every control has a click handler, but not all of them default to that when you double click. And I'll show you later how to specify the event handler that you want, not necessarily the default. So anyway, let me double click on the checkbox control, and see, instead of doing a click event handler, it did a checked changed event handler. It's going to do the same thing for us. Okay. What I want to do is when I check this box, it should show the secret number label and numeric up down. When it's unchecked, it needs to make these guys disappear. Okay? So let me go, actually let me do this. Let me have these two guys be invisible by default. How do we do that? Well, we're going to click on one of them, like the numeric up down, and go to its properties, and we're going to go to the visible property, which is at the very bottom, turns out. We're going to change it and change it to false. Okay. Now it's still visible on the form, but when we run the program, it's not going to be there. It's gone. And see, in fact, here it is. You can see it on the form when in the designer, but it's not there at runtime. And we're going to do the same thing for the label. I'm going to change its property to its visible property to false. Okay. So what are we going to write in the checked changed handler? Well, the name of the checkbox and its text say show secret num. So we want, if it's checked, we want it to make the label and the numeric up down for the secret number to be visible. And if it's unchecked, we want them to not be visible. Okay? So before I can change the visible or not visible property of the label and numeric up down, I need to do a step that I didn't do earlier, and that is to give the secret number label a name. And I'm changing it to label secret num. So it used to be label 1, and I'm changing it to LBL secret num. LBL is my shortcut for label. So now let's go back into the code, and here's what we're going to type. We're going to type inside the checked changed function, we're going to type LBL secret num dot visible, oops, is equal to check show secret num dot checked semicolon. It's kind of long for my magnifier glass. So LBL secret num dot visible, we're going to set its value to the checked state of the checkbox. Now checked, so both visible and checked are of type bool. So they're the same data type. So it's okay to assign the value of one to the other. And what this will do is it'll keep the visibility of the secret number label in sync with the value of the checkbox. Okay? And we're going to do the same thing with the numeric up down. So nud secret num dot visible is equal to check show secret num dot checked semicolon. Okay, like that. So now let's give it a whirl. So we can't see them starting out. Now watch this. Boom, they're visible. I check the checkbox, and now they're visible. Uncheck it, and now they're not visible anymore. So what you can do is you can have one person check the checkbox, change the value, say 45, and then uncheck it. And then if you can keep the guesser honest, then you can have them guess. So guess now. You guess too high. Oh, I should try lower. Let's try 34. Guess too low. Let's try 47. Too high. How about 45? Wow, I win! Hooray! So that's it for the guess the number example. So let's review what we have learned. We have learned how to add labels to our form, numeric up-down controls, text boxes, and checkboxes. And we have learned the all-powerful if statement, which has a lot more things to it that we shall learn about later. But I think this is enough fire hose drinking for now. Till next time.